Today I want to give you a new way of looking at your motherhood journey at 40 plus. We all know what you have been told about getting pregnant over 40. And I am here to tell you that there can be another story if you're willing to embrace it. They have been telling you, the doctors, social media, whatever it is, books, online, whatever it is, I'm going to lump it as they told you you're running out of time. I think I stumbled over that. You're running out of time. The truth is that you were chosen for this timing because you now have the wisdom and the maturity to be the kind of mother that you are meant to be. Let that sink in, please. They told you to fix your body. Maybe you've already tried IUI, inseminations, maybe IVF, maybe multiple transfers. Maybe you did everything the doctor said perfectly and it still didn't work. Or maybe you were told you're too old before they even gave you a chance at that very first doctor's visit. Or some of you might be choosing a different path altogether, one that honors your body's natural wisdom from the very start. And maybe you know in your bones that the medical route isn't for you. And so you're looking for guidance that supports conception the way that nature intended. Either way, you started asking, is there something more going on here? And I am here to tell you that your body is not broken. What is broken is your relationship with your body. And that happened as a result of months, years of nothing working despite doing everything right. If you're putting your life on hold until you get pregnant, stop that today. This journey is not about preparing you for motherhood. This journey is motherhood. I'm Julie Zhenning, and I have been guiding this path with women over 40 for 25 years. And this is what I know. The woman who conceives at 40 plus is not the one who does more treatments, who takes more supplements, who optimizes harder. She is the one who stops living in the future and comes home to the present moment. She is the one who stops seeing her body as a problem and starts seeing her age as preparation. She is the one who realizes, I'm not waiting to become a mother. I am learning how to mother right now. And often it means mothering yourself first. So before we go further, I just want you to do something. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb. And take a breath. Just allow yourself to open up to this moment, to anchor into the present moment. You're here with me now with all of these women on this call. Be here. Bring your mind and your body into the present moment and silently say to yourself, or out loud if you're alone, I was chosen for this journey because I finally carry the wisdom to walk it. Good. All right, so you've just taken your first step onto the path of your inner truth. Here's what I need you to understand. The reason that you're still stuck is not because you haven't done enough. I know the type of women who come to me, and they are capable, they're strong, and they're extremely intelligent women. So it's not about what else you can do. You're not getting results because you're disconnected. You're disconnected from your body, disconnected from trust, disconnected from the woman inside you who knows that she is meant to be a mother. And I get it because no one teaches you how to reconnect these pieces or keep them connected in the first place. Right? Every fertility approach that you've tried has been about your physical body. Optimize your hormones, track your cycle perfectly, take the right supplements, eat the right foods, do the treatments, follow the protocol. Those are all physical strategies. But what about your mind that keeps spinning with worry? What about your emotions that clench and contract every time you see a pregnancy announcement or your period comes? What about your nervous system that's been in panic mode for months or years? You can have the perfect protocol and still be stuck because your body cannot conceive when it's disconnected from your heart and it's being held by fear. So here is what I have seen after 25 years. The women who conceive are not the ones who do the most. I promise you, they are not. They are the ones who feel the most connected to their bodies, to trust, and to themselves. And right now, you're not connected. You're trying, you're controlling, you're forcing, you're researching, you're optimizing. Maybe you've already done some inner work. You've read books, tried meditation, worked on your mindset. And yes, you catch yourself sometimes when you fall into the time running out energy, but you're still feeling that grip, that urgency that's not fully releasing. And that's because knowing something intellectually and embodying it in the body somatically are two completely different things. What's happening is that you're not feeling, you're not trusting, you're not home in your body. So today we're going to practice something completely different. You're going to reconnect, you're going to feel, and you're going to come home because that's what actually creates the conditions for conception. Before we go into the practice in just a few minutes, let me share 3 truths that are going to change everything for you if you can really let them in and sink in. And these are the truths that I teach over and over again with free content and inside the Heart Portal Foundation Circle, which is my year-long program for women over 40 on the conscious fertility path. Truth number 1, your age is your advantage. Let me put that in the chat, just so it's front and center. Your age is your advantage. The medical, just stay with me if like your mind starts saying, what are you talking about? The medical world sees your age as a liability. I see it as your preparation. Your 20-year-old self could not have done this journey. Your 30-year-old self was not ready. But you at 40 plus have something younger women don't have. You have experience, you have wisdom, you have emotional maturity, you have resources, to name just a few things. So that's what makes you ready now, not despite your age, but because of it. The woman who conceives at 40 plus is not fighting her age. I'm going to repeat that. The woman who conceives at over 40 is not fighting her age. She is using her age as the reason why her baby wants her now. If you can make that fundamental shift of allowing your age to support your fertility, to be your advantage, it changes everything. It changes your entire relationship to your fertility journey and to your body. Okay? So that's truth number 1. Truth number 2 is, here we go. This journey is motherhood, not preparation for it. You think this journey is preparing you for motherhood, like you're in the waiting room before the real thing starts, right? It's kind of that you're looking in the store and you want to be in the store, but you can't quite get in. That's not how you want to think. What I'm proposing is that this journey is already motherhood. So right now, today, you're learning to hold love with open hands, not with tight, clenched fists. You trust timing that you can't control. You're learning to stay present when you don't know the outcome, to be okay with uncertainty. You're learning to choose hope without guarantees. You're learning to love something before it arrives. And that's exactly what motherhood requires. So when you stop seeing this as waiting to become a mother, and you start seeing it as this is how I mother, then everything can change. You're not preparing for life. You're not waiting for life to happen. You're already living it. You're not waiting to be chosen. You're choosing yourself right now. You're not becoming whole when the baby comes. You're becoming whole right now. And that wholeness, that's what creates the conditions for life to flow through you. Your body is just a vessel. It's a vessel for spirit to come through. But that spirit wants to come through to connect with a woman who feels whole and who walks through life whole, not waiting, not having this gap or this hole with HOLE inside her that needs to be filled by someone else. Okay? Truth number 3 is you're not a body to be fixed. You're a person becoming. This is the thing that I really don't like about Western medicine. For years, you've been treating your body like a broken machine that needs fixing. That is the entire premise of Western medicine. And I'm not denying its value. It's just there's more to it. And the way that it looks at the body as a machine, as a car, it's just wrong. So your body doesn't need fixing. It doesn't need more supplements. It doesn't need more better protocols or more strict optimization. Your body is not broken. Your body is wise. Your body knows its timing. Your body is doing exactly what it's designed to do. The problem is not your body. The problem is that your mind will not stop panicking. Your emotions won't stop gripping. It won't stop roller coastering. There isn't a control over your emotions, and your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. Your body cannot conceive when your nervous system is screaming danger. So we're not going to fix your body today. What we're going to do is we're going to reconnect your mind, body, spirit, and emotions so they can finally work together instead of against each other. How does that sound to you? You ready for that? Cool. Thank you, Daria. All right. Excellent. Because these 3 truths are the foundation of everything that I teach. Truth number 1, your age is your advantage. Truth number 2, this journey is motherhood. You're not waiting for it to happen. You're not preparing for it. It is now. Truth number 3, you're not a body to be fixed. You're already whole. You're just becoming a different person inside. Okay? And if you walked away from this webinar with only these 3 truths, your life, your fertility journey, your motherhood journey would change. But we're going to keep going. We're going to experience what it actually feels like to live from these truths. Okay? Before we do that, let me first show you exactly what disconnection looks and feels like. When you're disconnected, here's what's happening. You've got your mind going. It's constantly researching and planning, going onto the internet, reading every book, listening to every podcast. Your mind is spinning with worry about time running out. You're analyzing every symptom and sign. You're trying to figure out what you're doing wrong. And you're living months and years in the future. That's your mind. Then your body is tense, it's tight, it's contracted, it's in fight or flight mode. It's not feeling safe enough to conceive. It's cut off from its own signals. You're basically numb. You've numbed out from your body. It's protecting itself from your anxious mind. So we've got the mind going haywire, the body reacting, and then your emotions are gripping with fear and anxiety. It's overwhelmed by every pregnancy announcement, by a period that comes every month. It swings between hope and devastation, and it's unable to find steady ground. These 3 are not working together. They're working against each other. Your mind is trying to control what your body needs to feel safe about. Your emotions are drowning out the signals your body is trying to send. Your body is protecting itself from a mind that won't stop and emotions that won't settle. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Julie, I've already moved past some of that urgency. I'm not in constant panic anymore. And that's beautiful because you're already done. You've already done some important inner work. And I know from some of the names there that are on this call right now, I've seen you and I know you've done it. But here's what I see. Even when you've calmed the most intense anxiety, there's often still a subtle holding. It's like a bracing for disappointment, right? And your body can't fully let go. So it's more sophisticated than the outright panic, but it's still a form of protection. So some signs that you're disconnected are that you wake up with anxiety about your fertility, or you can't even go to sleep because of your fertility. You can't feel your body's signals anymore because you're constantly in your head. You don't know what your body's telling you. Every cycle feels like a crisis, right? It's that emotional roller coaster you're going through. You're either numb or overwhelmed. There's no in between. And you feel like you're constantly fighting yourself. Life also feels on hold until you get pregnant. And you've lost touch with joy. So this isn't your fault. This is what happens when everything that you've tried has focused on optimizing your body while you're leaving your mind spinning and your emotions gripping. So here's what you need to understand. You cannot conceive from disconnection. It is just not possible at over 40. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because conception requires safety. And safety comes from internal connection. It's not external control. So let me show you what it looks like when your mind, body, and emotions are working together. So when you're connected, your mind is going to calm down and it stops spinning. You're going to trust your body's wisdom. You release the need to control everything. You can focus on what you can do, what you can change, and not what you can't. And you live in the present moment. Your body is going to feel safe, soft, open, relaxed. It's going to send very clear signals that you can actually hear. Your body will then get reconnected with its own timing. And then that way it can do what it's designed to do. And it will respond to your presence. Then your emotions can hold disappointment without collapsing. It can hold the pregnancy announcements, the period coming, without your nervous system just completely disintegrating. You can still feel grounded even with all of that stuff coming in at you instead of feeling overwhelmed. You trust the unfolding instead of being swallowed in fear. And you experience peace alongside desire. All of these are absolutely achievable. When these happen, then your mind, body, and emotions are finally aligned and they're working with each other. Your mind supports what your body needs. Your emotions honor the journey. Your body responds by softening and opening. So signs that you're connected are that you can be disappointed without spiraling. You can feel at home in your body regardless of what's happening or where you are in your cycle. You catch yourself in fear, and then you can consciously shift to another state of being, another emotion, to peace, to calm. You're living fully in the present moment, in the now, and you're not waiting for some event later in the future. And pregnancy announcements, they don't derail you for hours or days or even weeks. And you trust your body's intelligence. And then you can hold hope and peace on this journey. And joy becomes accessible again. So being connected does not mean that pretending everything is fine when it's not. You will still have challenges. I'm not saying you won't, That's just going to be life, and there's no way to bypass that, regardless of how spiritual or zen you get. Being connected means that you can hold your desire from a place of trust and not panic. And that makes a world of difference in terms of results and how you move forward. When you hold it from a place of trust, you want a baby because you're ready to expand love. You want to share the love and blessings that you already have, not because you need a baby to stop feeling anxious or to fill a hole. There's a huge and vast difference. And here's what's hard about this path. Most people around you don't understand it. Your family might think you're being too spiritual. You can't talk about spirit babies because people don't get it. Your friends who already have kids might not understand why you're not doing IVF again. Like, why don't you just get on the IVF bandwagon and just get it done and over with? So you might feel alone in seeing this as a spiritual path, not just a medical problem. That's why having this community with women who are on this conscious path, women who understand that surrender is not giving up, that spiritual work is real work as well, it makes all the difference. Because the state that I teach my clients to embody, the one that actually creates the conditions for conception, it's not conventional. It's really out of the box. There are probably only a handful of people teaching this. And so it's so out of the box that hardly anyone really but me and those in the foundation circle really understand it. And so that state that I teach my clients to embody, that state is peace. And it's not peace as in I've given up. It's not peace as in I don't care anymore. It's peace as in I am whole right now. I am so blessed right now. And regardless of the outcome, that is peace. When you can embody that state, that's what allows that connection to deepen so fully that everything in your system relaxes. You can still want things and you can still have desires. That's not a problem. In fact, that's why you're here, is to have desires. But it's how you're holding the desire that makes the difference in terms of how you move forward and whether or not that manifests. So the peace is not just mental, it's a very somatic, it's got to be felt in the body, it's emotional, it becomes cellular. So in a state of peace, and when I talk about peace, it's kind of a big bucket. I'm including states of contentment, bliss, joy, calm, just relaxed. So it can encompass that. It doesn't have to necessarily be peace. All right, but I'm just going to call it peace, just otherwise I'd be standing here talking about all these different emotions. But in a state of peace, your nervous system is regulated, your heart, your body, your womb, they're in harmony, they're aligned, they're working together. You're not grasping, your energy isn't pushing out, grasping at something, trying to get something out there to come in. You're more in a softer, open state of allowing. You're allowing the universe to come through, to manifest through you. You're not forcing, right? You've dropped the control, so you're trusting. You're trusting in yourself, you're trusting in your vision, you're trusting in what you desire, not needing to defend yourself for wanting what you want. I see that a lot, right? So you're just trusting in life, trusting in timing, trusting in your body. You're not proving when you're in a state of peace, you're just being. It's not a doing state, it's a being state. And that's a really crucial difference to really understand as you're moving through your motherhood journey. There's a lot of focus on doing things, being productive. It's not about that. This is about being the person that you want to be now. So a lot of it's inner work from the outside. If someone was looking at you, they would see that you're hardly doing anything, if at all, because all of the work is internal. From a state of peace, your age then starts to feel like preparation, like it's your advantage rather than a limitation. And this moment feels like enough. You're not trying to constantly jump to the future because this moment is lacking. This is enough. And so when you can feel that, this is where your body finally feels safe enough to conceive. Not because you've eliminated all the challenges, but because you've reconnected with yourself so deeply that your body knows she is home, she is ready, and we are safe. Your body needs to feel safe to create life. And safety does not come from controlling every variable, running every test known to mankind, wearing all these gadgets, electronic gadgets to monitor every little thing. Safety doesn't come from that. It helps ease your mind, but if you haven't noticed yet, your mind's still whirling. It's still monkey mind. It's still jumping from branch to branch, from forest to forest. Your body doesn't feel settled, even as your mind tries to control all those variables. Safety comes from an internal state of peace and connection. It does not come from external action. Once you have that internal state of peace and connection, from there, only from there, do you take action. Because then that is the right action for you. If you're taking action from a state of fear, of desperation, of urgency, of pressure, that is not the right action. That is not your soul wanting. That is your mind trying to figure out the problem, trying to solve the problem. And your mind is very limited in what it knows. Your soul, on the other hand, your heart, on the other hand, has a bigger picture, has that 10,000-foot view. Okay? So that's why it's so important to cultivate that internal state of peace, of being present. And so that's what we're going to work on today, because you can't think your way to peace. I know you've tried. Doesn't work. You can't force your body to feel safe. And you certainly can't willpower your way to conception, to connection. You have to practice it daily in your body, with your emotions, through your mind. That is the only way it becomes real. Okay? I know people say that we're busy. We all have busy lives. But if this is a priority for you, take the 5 minutes out of your day, sit your butt down, and just breathe. Or if you really resonate with the guided meditation that I will do in a sec or in a minute, then do that every day until you feel ready to move on. But you got to do it every day. I use the example of learning an instrument or learning a new language. You cannot expect to become a master of a language or an instrument by practicing once a week or whenever you feel like it. There's a commitment to it. It takes commitment and it takes persistence. Okay? So that's the only way that it's going to really settle into your body. Your body needs the repetition. Okay, so that's what we're about to do. We're going to drop into practice. And before we drop in, I do want to acknowledge something. Some of you deliberately chose to wait before trying for a baby. Many of you. Maybe you want to travel, build your career, deepen your relationship, find the right partner, or simply weren't ready yet. And some of you didn't have the call for motherhood until much later in life. And now you might have this quiet voice that says, if only I had started earlier. Right? So I want you to know those choices that you made, they were right at the time. You were living your life fully. You were preparing yourself in ways you could not see. Your age is not a punishment for living. It is a gift that comes from living. Can you accept that? And I would go so far as, can you embrace that? Okay? Because if you condemn your past actions when it felt right at that moment, you're condemning your life up until this point and nullifying it. Okay, so just be in the present moment, be with your desire, and just give yourself a blank slate, a blank page, and just start from there. No regrets, just drop it. You aren't going to change anything. So it's not going to help you in any way, shape, or form anyway. So you may as well just embrace it and try to take the gold from it, the nuggets from it, the blessings from it. Okay, so here's what I need from you. Step away from distractions. And this is just a few minutes of your time. Just put your phone on silent, close the tabs on your computer. This is not time to take notes. This is time to feel. Okay, if you're on with me live, I really encourage you just to be with me. All right. And then if you're listening to this as a recording or a replay, be with me. Don't get distracted. You're not going to get the full effect of it. Okay. So find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. The problem with lying down is you may fall asleep. So I would recommend sitting up. However, if you're experienced with meditating and you can lie down or recline, that's totally up to you. I recommend that you close your eyes just to kind of minimize the distractions. And I'll continue to answer your question, Bo, afterwards. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb. I really love doing this, and I use this as much as possible with my clients. It's because this creates a physical circuit of connection between your heart, your consciousness, and your womb, your creative center. It also becomes physical anchors for your attention, so it helps you to focus into your body rather than staying up in your mind. Pro tip. That was a pro tip. So during this practice that I'm going to guide you through, give yourself permission to feel whatever comes up. If you cry, let yourself cry. If you laugh, let yourself laugh. If you feel nothing, that's completely okay too. There's no wrong way to do this. It's just your way, as it is right now. Just trust the process. Your body knows what it needs. Your soul knows why you're here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth with a sigh. Again, breathe in and sigh it out. Let the sigh be audible so you can hear it. One more time. Breathe in deeply and let it go with sound. So let your attention, your awareness, your energy be anchored in the present moment. Good. Now, with your hands still on your heart and womb, I want you to simply arrive here. Just be here. Notice the surface beneath you. Notice the weight of your body. Notice the temperature of the air. Notice the sounds around you. You are here right now in this moment, not in the past, not in the future, not in what didn't happen last month not in what might happen next month, right here. And in this moment, right now, you are whole. You are safe. You are exactly where you need to be. Breathe that in. I am exactly where I need to be. Let your breath deepen. Your shoulders soften and lower. Your jaw release. The small muscles around your eyes smooth out. You don't have to do anything right now except be here. I want you to become aware of any urgency or fear that's present in your system. Don't push it away. Don't judge it. Just notice it. Maybe it's the thought, I'm running out of time. Maybe it's the anxiety about your age. Maybe it's the grip of trying so hard for so long. Maybe it's the panic about what if it never happens. Just notice it. Where do you feel it in your body? Do you feel it in your chest, your belly, your throat, your womb, your shoulders, your head? Place your awareness there and breathe into that place. As you breathe, I want you to speak silently to that fear. I see you. Thank you for trying to protect me. But I don't need your protection anymore. I'm safe. I'm choosing trust. And as you exhale, imagine that fear energy releasing. See it as a dark smoke or a heavy weight leaving your body with each breath out. Breathe in light. Breathe out fear. Breathe in safety. Breathe out urgency. Breathe in trust. Breathe out control. Breathe in presence. Breathe out panic. Keep breathing. Keep releasing. I'll give you a few moments to do that, to continue with that. Inhaling in what you would like that feels supportive and nourishing, and exhaling what you want to release. If your mind wanders and you get distracted, bring it back to your breath. Continue with your breaths for a few more cycles. Take one more breath, take one more big breath in and release with a sigh. Now, I want you to call forward a memory, a time when you trusted something that was beyond your control and it worked out. Maybe it was trusting that you would meet your partner. Maybe it was trusting that you would land on your feet after a big change. Maybe you were let go from a job. Maybe it was trusting your intuition about a major decision. Maybe it was trusting that healing would come. Find that memory and let it become vivid. And most importantly, feel it in your body. Not what you thought about it, what you felt. Remember what trust felt like in your body. Maybe it felt like ease or spaciousness or quiet confidence or peace or a soft openness in your chest. Let that feeling grow. Let it fill your chest, your belly, your womb. And as you breathe, silently say to yourself, I trust my timing, and breathe. I trust my body, and breathe. I trust what's unfolding, and breathe. I was chosen for this journey because I finally carry the wisdom to walk it. And breathe. And with each breath, feel that trust deepening, anchoring, becoming real, infusing into your cells. Your body is listening. Your womb is listening. Your spirit baby is listening. Keep breathing trust into your body. I'll give you a few more moments to do that. Beautiful. One more deep breath in and release. And now I want you to imagine your womb as a warm, golden bowl of light. It's not tight, it's not contracted, it's soft, open, glowing, pulsing. And with each breath in, see this golden light expanding in your womb, getting brighter, warmer, more spacious. You may feel heat in this area now as a result. And with each breath out, feel your womb softening even more, releasing any old stories, any old fear, any old urgency, any old shame about your age. Your womb is preparing, not for something that's missing, but for something that's already on its way. Keep breathing. Keep softening. Keep opening. And now I want you to call in your spirit baby. It's just a simple invitation to join you right now. This is the soul who has chosen you. In fact, you have chosen each other. They know your heart. They know your journey. They know the perfect timing. And they see your age as exactly right. Invite them closer. Feel their presence. They might be very close, or they might be further away. Either way is perfect. And now ask them, what do you want me to know about timing? What do you want me to know about trust? What do you want me to know about becoming your mother? Listen, receive, and trust what comes. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and release it with a sigh. And begin to bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes, your toes. Roll your shoulders. Feel the surface beneath you. Come back to this moment with me. And with your hands still on your heart and womb, seal this frequency into your body by saying silently or aloud, I was chosen for this journey because I finally have the wisdom. I finally have the wisdom to walk it. And breathe. My work is not to force or chase. My work is to become so whole that life can flow through me. This journey is not preparing me for motherhood. This journey is motherhood, learning to hold life with open hands. And then take one more deep breath in and release. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Welcome back. I want you to notice, do you feel different than you did 20 minutes ago? Maybe you feel more relaxed, maybe more emotional, more clear, more peaceful, more connected to your body. Whatever you're feeling is exactly right. So drop in the chat in one word, what are you feeling right now? Lighter, amazing, good. Oh, Angela, thanks. Yeah, feeling so connected and relaxed, at peace. Emotional, yes, it does bring up emotions when you go that deep. You almost fell asleep. I warned you, don't lie down. Yeah. Becoming, oh, I love that, Roxy. Awesome. Calm, abundance. Ooh, nice, Lourdes. Lighter, confidence, light. God bless you. Oh, very present. Oh, lovely. Trust, peaceful, peace, reconnected, emotional, at peace. Don't know why I got emotional the minute I did the heart womb hand connection. The reason is because can be, I don't want to assume, like often it's because during this process, you get so disconnected from your body and your body. And then when you do that physical touching, that reconnection, your body knows it and feels it. And it's just like, thank you for that acknowledgement. Thank you for paying attention to me. And so like a lot of people, when they go in, when I guide them into meditation, that's what they get. That's the message that they get from their body, from their ovaries. It's just, thank you for being with me here and paying attention to me instead of overriding with your mind. Tears of joy. Yeah. Centered, aligned, open, peace. It was wonderful. Felt so peaceful and joy and and whole and joyful. A bit sad. Oh, that's interesting. The first time I felt my spirit baby close to me. Twins came up for you. Throat chakra. Expansive, connected, trusting, relaxed. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah. So this is what it feels like to move from fear to trust to peace. This is what it feels like when your mind, your body, your emotions are working together instead of against each other. I mean, you can feel the power of it. I don't have to describe it to you. You felt it. That's what you want guiding your fertility journey, not the fear and the anxiety and the doubt, because that's going to lead you astray. You connect with this alignment, this resonance, you cannot go wrong. You just cannot from that state of being. This frequency is available to you every single day, every moment, but you need to practice. This is not a one-time portal experience. This is a practice, a way of being, a muscle that you build. It requires daily practice until it becomes second nature, is how we say it, but really first nature. Right? I want to read some more. I think there were some more. I had to cry, as you said, about fear. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I don't need you anymore. It was so strong. Yeah, Elise, thank you for sharing that. The fear, it's not to judge or shame the fear, not at all. The fear is there to protect you from being disappointed, from being hurt. So it serves a purpose. But at some point, the fear holds you back, and you must be able to integrate it back into the wholeness of who you are, instead of fragmenting out into these little pieces of doubt and anxiety and then little bits of trust here and there, little glimmers of it, right? You bring it and fold it all back into you, and that's how you become whole. That's the healing process. It's not even really a healing process. It's just an awareness of just bringing it back in, okay? I felt life can flow through me. My body felt life. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So powerful. Yes, thank you, Angela. From that state of being, you cannot go wrong. Oh, cool. You like that, huh? That was the first time I acknowledged fear and allowed myself to release it. Thank you, Tiffany. Beautiful. I'm glad you brought that up. You must acknowledge all of the emotions. They have every right to be there. So it's not to judge or shame them or to condemn them. They serve a purpose, but you have to be able to treat it with the same respect and the same honor as joy and happiness and calm. You cannot brush it aside, brush fear aside, and think it's going to stay hidden, because it's going to come back biting your ass big. And the longer that you stay hidden, you hide away from it or push it away, the bigger it's going to get. That I can promise you. So address it on the fertility journey, because whatever fears that you have, whatever anxieties that you have, when you get pregnant, it just transfers. It does not stop at the positive pregnancy test. That's actually when the test is. When you get that positive pregnancy test, does your entire nervous system collapse? Do your emotions roller coaster? That's your test. And if you can't manage your emotions during that time, it doesn't look good. So you do the practice before. This is part of the training, the motherhood training. This is who you need to be as a mother. Calm, cool, collected. In face of a temper tantrum of a 2-year-old, as you're up at 3 a.m. after endless nights of no sleep and you're hangry and tired, are you going to be able to stay calm, cool, and collected? That's the preparation now. Okay. All right. So awesome. Great job, everyone. Beautiful, beautiful work. So I'm so glad that many of you were able to really feel into that connection. If you didn't, It's okay. This is the first time you've done it. I would encourage you to keep doing this. It may get deeper with each time, possibly, or it may change and you may not feel as much. Whatever it is, just honor it. You know, it's going to be different every time. Don't expect it to be the same. Like if you had this great moment, don't expect it to be another great moment. It might be a little meh next time. That, you know, it is what it is. All right. Okay. So the thing about the portal moments like today, they're really powerful, they're real, and they create genuine shifts just because the energy is much more amplified. And so, like I said in the very beginning, it amplifies whatever energy that you bring into it, but they're temporary because tomorrow morning you're going to wake up, you're going to check your phone, you're going to see a pregnancy announcement, do the little scroll, you're going to remember your age, or you're going to have a doctor's appointment, you're going to get your period, and then that disconnection, that anxiety, it's going to come back. And it's not because you did something wrong. It's not because this practice didn't work. Obviously, it did. But because your nervous system has been wired for fear for years, even decades, because our society is fear-based. So this is, I want to repeat, this is not your fault. It's just a result of the conditioning that all of us, including me, all of us have been exposed to. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes diligence and commitment. One 20-minute practice, no matter how powerful, is not enough to rewire it. All I'm doing is giving you a taste of it, of what is possible. The reconnection requires daily practice. You need to practice coming back to your body every day. You need tools to shift from fear to trust in real time. You need support, staying connected when everything around you is telling you to panic. You need a container for this transformation. And so that's exactly why I created the Heart Portal Foundation Circle. It is a year-long journey, and it's designed for heart-centered spiritual women over 40. So if all you want to do is like the external strategies and techniques, I'm not the I'm not the woman for you. You need to go to a fertility doctor or an acupuncturist or whatever. Do it there. I'm not it, okay? So because all of the work is going to be internal. So this is for women who feel like they've done everything right medically, but they're still feeling stuck. They're still feeling anxious or disconnected or on edge. It's also for women who are choosing the natural path and want support that honors your body's wisdom without the medical intervention. So here's what happens inside. Month 1, you stop saying, I'm running out of time. And you start saying, I was chosen for this timing. So we start that retraining process in month 1. Then in month 3, you stop collapsing when you see pregnancy announcements. It stops biting you so hard. It's still going to nip you. I mean, it's only month 3. So, but it's going to ease as you work through the program, and you're going to start feeling genuinely happy for them without losing your center. Month 6, you stop putting life on hold and you start living fully now in the present moment because you realize this is motherhood. It's not something that you wait for. Okay. Month 9, you stop gripping your desire with desperation and you start holding it with open hands. And then month 12, you are not the same woman. You are whole, regulated, or on your way. I should say you're on your way to being whole and regulated, trusting, at peace, whether or not pregnancy has happened yet. Because this is what I know after 25 years. And I'm going to repeat this again because it's so important, because so many people just default to more external action. The women who get pregnant at 40 plus are not the ones who do the most treatments. And I'm talking about fertility treatments. They are the ones who just stop living in the future and just be in the present moment, in the now. And so Foundation Circle is how you come home. This is not about learning more information. It's not about adding more supplements to your protocol, although we do cover that. This is not about optimizing harder. It's fundamentally about becoming a different person. The person you are now doesn't have what you want. You need to be a new person in order to get what you want. If you've been on this journey for years, you know it's not working for you. You need to be a different person in order to get different results. So this person is the person who trusts herself, the person who lives fully now, the person who sees her age as preparation, not limitation. the person who knows that this journey is motherhood. And that's who you become in the foundation circle. So in the foundation circle, the journey that I take you through is to shift you from fear. And fear is a bucket of different emotions. It's going to include discouragement, disillusionment, disappointment, anxiety, doubt, uncertainty, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The low frequency emotions, the negative emotions. I put them in the bucket of fear because ultimately what it all leads to is you're afraid that you won't get what you want, which is the baby. So it's labeled as fear for convenience. So we're going to move you from fear to trust. And I've mentioned this before, trust is a bucket as well. Trust in yourself, in your heart, in your dream, trust in your body, trust in divine timing. Ultimately, trust in life, that life is supporting you, that life has your back. Okay, so trust. So fear from trust to peace. Said this before, peace is a bucket and encompasses joy and alignment and feeling whole and contented. So the process is to move you from fear to trust to peace. Everything in Foundation Circle moves you through this transformation. Every module, every practice, every call that we have. Phase 1 is regulation. That lasts for about 3.5 months, 4 months. We start by regulating your nervous system, learning how to shift from panic mode into peace mode. You get tools to catch yourself in fear and just consciously return to your body. This is the foundation that everything else is built on. And then in phase 2, it moves into embodiment. Then, so that starts in month 8, where you actually feel the shift in your body, not just think it in your mind. Trust becomes something that you can access in real time. And it's not just a concept. It's not something that you do in meditation. It becomes who you are. And you start living from connection instead of disconnection. When you can do that, everything in your life changes and shifts for the good. And then finally, in phase 3, it's integration. That's the last part of the year-long program, where we integrate a new relationship with your fertility, one that's based in trust and possibility and not fear and urgency. You become the woman who can hold her desire without desperation, without that graspy, needy energy. You can hold that desire lightly in your hand and just be able to trust in your timing. Who knows? You become the person who knows that she is meant to be a mother and who can live fully now. This is not about doing more. It's about doing differently. So throughout all of this, we're honoring both the practical and the spiritual, because you don't have to choose. You can have your supplements and your spiritual practices. You can work with your doctor and work with your spirit baby. You can track your cycle. I don't recommend it, but you can track your cycle and trust divine timing. This isn't an either or situation. It's both. It's this and that. And in case you haven't noticed, this program is about you. I haven't talked about your baby. Well, maybe spirit baby once in a while, but fundamentally, I haven't really talked about baby. This is about you becoming the most whole and authentic version of yourself, the true you beneath all the fears and the doubts. And then from that loving, abundant state, experiences that match that frequency, such as motherhood and everything else that you can't even imagine, they slide right in easily. Okay? I do not teach you how to get your baby. I can, but I choose not to. Because what I've seen in clients and in my own personal experience is that, and I mentioned this before, is that whatever fears and insecurities you had on the fertility journey, preconception, before the positive pregnancy test, if you don't learn how to if you don't learn how to work with them in a loving, supportive way, they will come back even harder the next time when you're on the pregnancy journey and then into motherhood. You can never outrun your shadows. They're called shadows for a reason. They're always right behind you until you learn how to integrate them into the healthy version of you. Okay, that makes sense? Any questions about my philosophy and approach? Okay. Blah, blah. Let's see. I like when you said at the beginning that this may be about mothering yourself first. Yes. A lot of times, because of the inner child of how we've grown up, we didn't get the mothering that we needed or wanted. And so this is the opportunity, first and foremost, to mother yourself. And once you heal that part of yourself, then the baby can come in. And I've seen that over and over again. Shadow integration. Yeah, this is very much shadow integration work. Okay, so it doesn't sound like there are any questions about my philosophy and approach. So I'm going to go into the logistics of the program. And here's where you need a pen and paper if this is of interest to you. All right, so for those who are interested in the foundation circle, let me explain how it works, the logistics of it. You get lifetime access to a virtual training platform, and it becomes your spiritual home. So you get new modules released weekly as you progress through the 1-year journey. So the modules include teaching videos, and I keep them pretty concise, practical, and they're usually less than 10 minutes because I get that we are all busy. So they have the teaching videos. They have guided practices that you can do daily. And again, those are relatively short. Most of them are under 10 minutes. Some may be a little bit longer, but most are under 10 minutes, give or take. And then there are journaling prompts to embody the work, especially for those of you who love to journal. So those are mainly my methods of teaching, which are the teaching videos, guided practices, meditations, journaling prompts, and then there might be different like rituals. But fundamentally, that's kind of how I work. As a founding member, you'll experience the program as it's being refined in real time. I'm still shaping it because I launched it a few months ago, so I'm still creating it. Your questions actually and your input will shape future modules, and so your experience will help to build the program. There is live support, 2 calls per month. The first Saturday is at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. London. That one is a Q&A call for questions about content or your journey, just kind of a potpourri. Right, yeah, potpourri. And then the third Saturday is same times, 12 on Pacific, 3 Eastern, 8 London. That one is more of a practice review call where we do the practices together so you really get them. There's a lot of nuance in the practices, and so I cover it. In addition, if you join in time, we're going to have 2 events. December, there's going to be a virtual holiday gathering to connect with other members and close out 2025 with a ritual. I like to kind of wrap it up energetically so it's clean and we move into the new year with pure energy. And then in January, we're going to have a New Year virtual retreat to start 2026 with aligned energy and intention. And that's going to be a kind of a half-day event. So it's going to be a longer event. The founding member benefits include live support through the end of 2025 and all of 2026, which means almost 14 months of live support. You get lifetime access to the platform and all content as it's being released. I'm continuously creating and refining bonus content. So you'll have access to all the future bonus content as well. You are going to get founding member pricing. And also your input shapes how the program develops as well, because I take that into consideration. Here's what I know. Some of you have probably already invested 20,000, maybe 40,000, maybe more into IVF treatments, supplements, acupuncture. Others of you are choosing a different path, investing in natural approaches, herbs, bodywork, and spiritual practices from the start. But here's what I've seen. Women invest tens of thousands to try to fix their bodies, and then they hesitate to invest to actually heal their relationship with their bodies. This isn't another treatment. This is the foundation that makes all the other treatments actually work. This is you investing in yourself, not just your fertility, but your wholeness. So I'm not asking you to choose between medical support and this approach. I'm inviting you to invest in the internal transformation that makes all the external support actually work. And I can assure you that transformation at this level is rare and it is hard to come by. Most programs teach you what to do. This teaches you how to be. Here's my promise to you. If you show up, if you do the practices, if you commit to reconnecting your mind, body, and emotions for 1 year, you will not be the same woman 12 months from now. You will trust you will trust yourself. You will feel at home in your body. You're going to hold your desire from peace, not panic. And you will see your age as your advantage. You will live fully in the present moment instead of waiting. And from that place, everything becomes possible. And for those of you who know about manifestation, the only place that we can manifest is from the present moment. We cannot manifest from the past or from the future. You must be in the present moment with a clear head, pure signal of intention. And that's how you manifest. And so what we do is we clean up your signal, okay? Whether pregnancy happens or not, you win. The only way you lose is by staying stuck where you are now. Before we close, I want to do one more thing together. Everyone who's still here, put one hand on your heart and one on your womb, and then close your eyes if you'd like. Repeat after me. I was chosen for this journey because I have the wisdom to walk it. And breathe. This journey is not preparing me for motherhood. This journey is motherhood. And breathe. My age is my preparation, not my limitation. Breathe. I am not a body to be fixed. I am a person becoming. I trust my timing. Breathe. I trust my body. Breathe. I trust what's unfolding. Breathe. I am whole right now. Breathe. I am home in my body. Breathe. I am the woman who knows she is meant to be a mother. Breathe. Breathe that in. Feel it in your body. Let it become real in your cells. This is your new way of being. And you can open your eyes when you're ready, when you have that anchored in. And if you want support sustaining this connection, if you want a container that holds you through the wobbles and the doubts and the moments when fear tries to take over, the Heart Portal Foundation Circle is waiting for you. And when you join Foundation Circle, you're not doing this alone. You're joining other women who see this as a spiritual path, women who understand that this journey is sacred, not broken. Women who will not judge you for talking to your spirit baby or trusting divine timing. Women who get it. And that community is waiting for you. You don't have to stay stuck. You don't have to keep living in fear. You don't have to wait for your life to begin. You can come home to yourself today, now. And thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for being part of this new way of being. I'll see some of you inside the Heart Portal Foundation Circle. Until then, trust your timing, trust your body, trust yourself. You were chosen for this. All right. Thank you all for being here. Amazing time. I will see you another time. Take care. Bye, everyone.